78 Fight News here. I want to do this piece on steroids in boxing and in MMA. As of late, the last couple of years, steroids have gotten a lot of attention, performance enhancement drugs, because of the efforts of Floyd Mayweather Jr. to clean up the sport of boxing. Now, he's been accused of being a coward simply for asking his opponents to undergo Olympic-style drug testing simply to prove to the fans that they're seeing a fair fight. Now, these charges to me are warranted, because there have been a lot of people getting caught taking steroids in boxing and in MMA, and a lot more that are not being caught. Now, some noteworthy names of boxers that have been caught taking steroids in the past are people like Roy Jones Jr., Fernando Vargas, Francois Botha. Vitaly Klitschko wasn't caught. He admitted to taking them. James Toney was caught. Tommy Morrison was not caught but admitted to taking them. Shane Mosley was not caught but admitted to taking them. So that right there should tell you that these fighters are cheating and are not being caught under the current drug testing policies in boxing. You have Evander Holyfield, who is suspected of taking steroids. I believe he's taking them. I believe Evander Holyfield been taking steroids for a long time. Okay, this is a guy who had steroids shipped to his house under someone else's name, but says that they're not his. Okay, I mean, that's the oldest trick in the book. People still doing that shit today. Okay, so I mean, come on, man. Mike Tyson asked Holyfield to take a drug test before they fought. So that tells you that these fighters know what's going on. They know who's cheating, but see, they can't come out and say how they know, because then they'll be snitching on their sources. So I believe that a lot of these guys are juicing and are not being caught. Now, in MMA, you have a slew of people. I was doing some research because I wanted to do a video talking about Chael Sonnen's cheating ass, but I saw an article where they posted all of these fighters, MMA fighters, that have been caught juicing in the past and up to today. Now, I'm gonna name some noteworthy ones. I'm not even gonna waste my time on the people that don't have a name, but guys like Josh Burnett was caught 4/22/02. He was caught a couple of times actually. Tim Sylvia caught 10/7/03. Kimbo Leopoldo, y'all remember Chemo, caught 8/16/04 and caught again 7/20/06. Nate Marquardt caught 8/15/05. Vitor Belfort caught 10/26/06. Stephen Bonner caught 11/3/06. Royce Gracie was caught juicing 6/14/07. Y'all remember that after he beat up Sakuraba. Phil Baroni caught 7/7/07. Sean Shirk caught 7/19/07. Antonio Silva, Bigfoot, caught 8/21/08. Chris Lieben caught 11/3/08. Ken Shamrock caught 3/11/09. Chael Sonnen, of course, with his cheating ass, caught 9/18/10. James Irvin caught 3/2/11. Thiago Silva caught 3/29/11. Chris Cyborg, I don't even know if that's a man or a woman, because I mean, it's obvious to look at her and tell she's juicing. A woman does not have testosterone in her body like that to be walking around looking the way she does. She was caught 1/6/2012. King Mo was just caught 1/17/2012. Now, with all that said, now these are just the people I mentioned because I know that you know their names, but there were a lot of other people who were caught. This is an epidemic, in my opinion. Fans have to give a fuck. You see, the problem is the fans don't care if their athletes are cheaters. Look at Chael Sonnen. This man gets caught cheating, almost beats Anderson Silva cheating. The average testosterone in a male is about 4.0. Chael Sonnen is walking around with 16.9 testosterone in his system. Talking about he has a low testosterone. His nuts are not producing enough testosterone. The reason why your nuts are not producing testosterone, Chael Sonnen, is because you abuse steroids. And that's a side effect. When you abuse steroids, first of all, when you take steroids, period, what happens is your nuts stop producing your natural testosterone because you have too much foreign testosterone in your system. So that sends a signal to your brain that then sends a signal to your nuts that says stop producing testosterone. Okay? And then when you get off of your steroid cycle, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, however long you're on it, you have to go through post-cycle therapy. You have to take certain drugs in order to prevent yourself from prevent the testosterone from turning into estrogen and having side effects, gynecomastia, shit like that. Also, you want to rebuild your natural testosterone. You want to get your nuts back producing natural testosterone. But when you abuse steroids, it shrinks your nuts. They stop producing testosterone. So now you become dependent on foreign testosterone. Chael Sonnen even admitted that he took fucking steroids. He took a fucking testosterone injection 2 days before he fought Anderson Silva. Loaded up on the shit. But he's talking about it was testosterone replacement therapy or some bullshit. He's fucking lying. This dude is a criminal. The man just took a plea and was found guilty of fucking money laundering. But see, his name doesn't get bashed all over fucking YouTube, all over the sports community. Why? Because nobody gives a fuck. This is why people come down on Floyd Mayweather and others who speak out about the cheaters in boxing and in MMA. Because nobody gives a fuck. You just want to be entertained. The promoters don't give a fuck. The promoters are making buku dollars off of these fighters coming in dirty, cheating. And the only reason these guys are getting caught is because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Okay? Chael Sonnen taking a testosterone injection 2 days before a fight. Of course you're going to get fucking caught. He just wanted to beat Anderson Silva so bad that he couldn't help himself. But most people, what they will do is, during their training, if they're training for 8 weeks, what happens is they'll usually go on a 6-week steroid cycle. They'll start their training early. They'll go on a 6-week steroid cycle. And then the last 4 to 6 weeks, they'll be clean. That's enough time, along with blocking agents, that's enough time for certain drugs to get out of your system. All steroids are not the same. All steroids are not meant for bulking up, looking like a fucking bodybuilder. Some of them are meant for endurance. Performance enhancement drugs, I should say, because a lot of stuff is not, like HGH, that's not steroid. Okay, so performance enhancement drug is a human growth hormone. Now, which leads me to Manny Pacquiao. I give Pacquiao a lot of shit because I believe that he's on steroids. He hasn't been caught. He hasn't been caught taking steroids, but the suspicion is legitimate because this man has turned down, several times he's turned down the largest payday he'll ever receive. The biggest fight in boxing history he's turned down because he does not want to take Olympic style drug testing, and then he's quick to say, oh, I'll do whatever the commission says. Of course you will, because the Nevada State Athletic Commission is in your back. They're in your back pocket. Bob Arum got them by the balls. For all we know, you've been caught before and they covered it up, just like they did with Josh Burnett in the fucking in MMA. He was caught after UFC 34 and they covered the shit up. We don't know if Shane Mosley ever was really caught, and they didn't cover it up. Okay, people, these commissions have been covering up for their favorite fighters for a long time, taking payola on the side. That's how this sport is run nowadays. But Manny Pacquiao, I believe, is definitely juicing. His endurance is unmatched. How a fighter can come in the ring, move up these different weight classes, and carry his punching power is ridiculous. When you look at back through history, few fighters have been able to move up that many weight classes and keep their punching power. Few fighters have been able to move up that many weight classes without gaining an ounce of fat. It just doesn't happen. Now, like I said, fans don't care. That's the problem. Fans, promoters, nobody really cares. That's why I salute Floyd Mayweather for continuing to make everybody he steps in the ring with take Olympic style drug testing. Now, that's not even a guarantee that these people are not taking performance enhancement drugs, because there are ways around this stuff. Like I said, the only reason these guys are getting caught taking this stuff is because they're stupid and they don't have the right people around them injecting them, giving them the right blocking agents and shit like that. They're buying cheap steroids from the black market, and the shit stay in your system for like a fucking year. Like Decadurabolin, that shit stay in your system for a fucking year. You can get other things that leave your system within 5 days and are just as effective. So I'm not gonna make the video too long. I might do a part 2 to this and go into more detail, but on the particular steroids. But just wanted to get that out there. 78 Fight News, holla.